On today's show, we're going to explore Bitcoin and Ethereum ETFs and how we can make a little money investing in them. My name is Candace and we will begin right now. Bitcoin has been around since 2010 and for the most part was mostly ignored by the investing community. The first time I had heard of Bitcoin, I thought it was a scam and was not willing to buy a virtual coin for $1. Holy banana bread, was I wrong? And considering the price of one Bitcoin today, that was a costly mistake for sure. I was not alone in dismissing Bitcoin, and that window peering into the what-ifs of the past is crowded with a lot of people. In 2015, Ethereum was going to become the next big cryptocurrency and was destined to dethrone Litecoin as the #2 coin behind Bitcoin. It brought a lot of innovations with it, such as smart contracts and the opening up of the Ethereum smart chain for multitudes of projects that ultimately formed a good deal of the framework for altcoins and NFTs. The most obvious way to make money with crypto is to simply buy and hold crypto. People have been making a lot of money with Bitcoin, Ethereum, and numerous altcoins. However, with that strategy come capital or business gains and taxes that come with them. Crypto is not sheltered, and for some investors, that is a barrier to entry. If Bitcoin or Ethereum could be held in a registered account like your TFSA or RRSP, more investors could potentially hold those crypto assets. Of course, the solution initially was to invest and hold a company that carried a great deal of Bitcoin on their balance sheet to, in effect, indirectly invest into Bitcoin. Companies like MicroStrategy, Tesla, and Square were some of the more popular Bitcoin proxy companies. However, that was still not an ideal solution, and investors wanted more. Of course, they could invest in Bitcoin or crypto miners to gain more exposure, but what investors really wanted was a Bitcoin ETF. American investors wanted the first Bitcoin ETF, and they were to be denied by the Securities and Exchange Commission, otherwise known as the SEC. The first Bitcoin ETF was going to be approved by Canada's regulators. The Purpose Bitcoin ETF with a ticker symbol of BTCC launched on February 18, 2021. Finally, Canadians had a way to hold Bitcoin in their registered accounts without the ramification of taxes. The Purpose Bitcoin ETF is a spot ETF, meaning that they invest in Bitcoin directly, which makes the ETF's price directly linked to Bitcoin's price. Purpose also stores their Bitcoin for the fund in cold storage, thus minimizing any risk of their underlying asset being compromised. This is the best way to get Bitcoin exposure without going through exchanges and crypto wallets. It is a no-muss, no-fuss way to hold a Bitcoin asset. One day later, also in Canada, Evolve released their spot Bitcoin ETF with a ticker symbol of EBIT. By April 20th, 2021, we had the first 3 Ethereum ETFs hit the market in Canada. Purpose came out with the Purpose Ether ETF with a ticker symbol of ETHH. Global Assets released the CI Galaxy Ethereum ETF with a ticker of ETHX. Finally, Evolve released their ETF with a ticker of ETHR. These are spot ETFs and provide an excellent way to add exposure to Ethereum in your TFSA or RRSP. Meanwhile, south of the border, application after application for a Bitcoin spot ETF was denied by the SEC. American investors were craving the same opportunities that we have in Canada. Holy banana bread, normally that works the other way around. Eventually, the SEC approved a Bitcoin ETF, but it was not a spot ETF. It was a futures ETF. A futures ETF is based on future contracts for Bitcoin, and it is limited in how many spots are open for investment, and it rolls over whenever the futures contracts expire. Definitely not what everyone was hoping for. Back in the Great White North, we have come a long way since the initial spot Bitcoin and Ethereum ETFs. New products and opportunities to make money have come along with crypto ETFs. Global Assets came out with a Bitcoin and Ethereum combined ETF in CI Galaxy Multi-Crypto ETF. As of February 2022, this ETF holds significantly more Ethereum compared to Bitcoin. So far, these ETFs basically provide growth opportunity. However, things were about to change. Purpose was about to bring distributions to the world of crypto ETFs by employing covered call options to create a distribution or dividend for their holders. They came out with 3 brand new ETFs. The Purpose Bitcoin Yield ETF with a ticker of BTCY.B would provide the same long-term investment opportunities as their other Bitcoin ETF, but would utilize covered calls to generate a generous yield of 14.639%. That distribution would be paid out monthly in the form of an 8-cent dividend per share. This is fantastic, and provided they are managed well, can be a very good opportunity. The management fee on this ETF is a little high at 1.10%, but with the promise of great dividends and growth, it may very well be worth it. The Purpose Ether Yield ETF with the ticker ETHH.B has the same management fee, but promises a higher yield of 21.383% paid out in a monthly dividend of 9.1 cents per share. Now keep in mind the yield does come down as the price of Ethereum climbs, but nonetheless, this is another amazing opportunity to make some good dividends and growth. Finally, the Purpose Crypto Opportunities ETF has a ticker of CRYP, and they are more geared for growth with a small distribution yield of 0.387%. It also has a higher management fee at 1.25%. The reason for the higher fee is that this fund provides risk-adjusted returns to help take the volatility out of the crypto market. Looking forward, we know we will probably see more ETFs from Purpose, and maybe we could finally see a spot ETF approved in the US. However, that is more wishful thinking, and I would not place a bet on it. If you guys loved this video, be excited. There is more to come. Until then, why not watch one of these videos? And before you jump into that content, just be sure to like and subscribe to support the channel. I'll see you in the next video.